Thank you again so much. So once again, I'm Cindy Bruggeman. I'm from Ohio, and today we're going to talk about Chapter 2 in our book that we are reading, Your First Year in Network Marketing by Mark Yarnell, and the chapter is Avoiding the Management Trap. Okay, so this chapter goes ahead and starts right out by saying network marketing is based on a team-building philosophy rather than a supervisory one like corporate America is, right? So the single most frequent cause of failure in network marketing is the mistaken belief that we must manage our own downline distributors or our downline travel agents, right? So what is the management trap? What does it look like? Typically, new reps join and spend their first month or two recruiting 10 to 15 friends, and then they devote the rest of their time attempting to make those few people successful. Okay, they bring these people in, quickly within a month or two, and just really focus on them. Okay, now let's get them to where I'm at. Let's get them each to have 10 to 15 people, and you focus on that and don't focus on your own personal recruiting. So there's a difference between managing and supporting a downline organization, and we're going to talk about that today. So you are nobody's caretaker, okay? Caretaking of your organization will cause you to spend more time on a particular leg of business. It may exclude others or everyone else. You may just focus on one person and say, let's run, let's teach you how to do this, and I'm going to focus on you, and your other part of your organization are going to feel left out. So doing things for others does not teach them anything except being dependent on you, okay? You want to encourage them to do things for themselves. And I see this so many times. People will come to me looking for something. They seen a training at one time and they wanted to know, can you send me the link? Where's that training? And sometimes it's just easier to just send the link, but then you have to show them where to find the link. You can't just send them the link because that's just not making them very independent. In the long run, if they know where to find the info, they are not going to come back and ask again and again and again. And when someone asks them, they're not going to say, go ask Cindy, she'll send it to you. Right? They're going to say, they're going to be able to lead that person. So if you lead somebody to the answer, show them where they can find that answer. Then the next time they have the same question that comes up, or they'll find other things in that same area, like, oh, we have an FAQ on our IntelliTravel site. Then they're going to go there every time they have a question instead of coming to you saying, can you send me that? And then when people come to them, they're going to start showing them, duplicating what you're doing and showing them how they can learn also. And then two problems the management trap causes, Mark Yarnell tells us. Number one, it produces weak and lethargic distributors because someone is doing their work for them. Okay, they're not doing their own work, so they're being lazy, right? Second, while managing others, you yourself lose valuable time that could be spent prospecting and recruiting more people yourself personally. Okay, you're out there helping others and managing them, and you yourself are losing that time that you could be doing prospecting and piquing people's interest, right? So always remember, new blood in any organization of the lifeline, or there's somebody on the back line. I don't know if you can mute yourself, but always remember there's new blood into your organization is the lifeline of your business, okay? It adds vitality to an entire business. It keeps the team strong and active, the positive energy there, because when a new person comes in, they're excited, okay, and they bring that excitement to the organization. So always be bringing new people in because that positive energy will just always be constantly flowing, all right? So how do you find those that are not needy and require all of your time, right? Sometimes you just feel like you bring people in, it's like, oh my gosh, they ask me every little thing, and I've told them 5 times, how do you find those people? All right, one, they must have belief before evidence. okay, they can see themselves as a director. They feel the emotions of it long before it happens. They see themselves on stage. They see that jacket on themselves, receiving that jacket on stage. They're preparing their director speech. Okay, there will be times that you want the success for someone more than they want it for themselves. I guarantee, if you have not already experienced that, there are some people you just want it more for them because you know that it could change their life, that this business could change their life, and you want it so bad for them, but they just can't see it. All right, you work hard with them, you manage them and say, you got to do this, you got to reach out to this person. You try to teach them everything you know, but they just can't see that end result. Either they don't have the self-confidence, they don't have the belief in themselves, they just can't see the end result, really believe that it can happen to them, and eventually they quit. You get frustrated, so you need to just not even put yourself in that position and just know that you cannot want it more for somebody than they want it themselves. I mean, you just cannot put yourself in that position. So you need to choose who you want to work with. All right? Your success is going to be related to what you think about the most and where you direct your energy. All right? Positive energy, right? We've discussed this before. That positive energy. All you need to do is provide a duplicatable strategy for your new teammates. Okay? We have the tools. We have that duplicatable strategy. The PS3, right? The follow-up. We have the tool now. We have the Watch Chat Travel. That's a new tool. And all you need to do is just provide these strategies and allow your new people to create their own success. All right? Teach them how to visualize the end result and direct most of your energy toward those who do just that. Okay? If you focus on those ones who see that end result, you run with them, not manage them. You run with them and say, okay, we're going to do this. And you're there to support them. I'm a firm believer in the law of attraction and speaking positive into the universe. Okay, I have been practicing this for the last 8 years, at least 8 years. And one thing I won't do is quit. Okay, you got to see what you want, and this is what you got to teach them. So this is what I'm going to teach you. You got to see what you want. Okay, if you want a certain type of car, go test drive that car. Miss Watkins told me, go test drive that Porsche that you want. So I went to the Porsche dealership, and you guys might have seen the live video, and I test drove my Porsche Cayenne. I will have that car one day. Now that I drove that car, it is not only a want, it is a need. I need that car to be totally fulfilled in my life. That car was amazing, and it just made me feel really good. I could smell it. I see it. I know the colors that I want. I want that. I have to have that car, and I'm working to get that car. That is going, I'd say it is my 5-star car. My husband says when we hit 6-star, I get it, but I think I'll get it at 5-star. But, you got to go. You got to go see and feel what you want. Even if it's just a picture. So there's a boat my husband wants, and now he's got me looking at boats, and it's a certain brand. So I went online the other day and ordered some brochures from that boat company. And I got this huge poster with 3 boats on it. You guys, I took a picture of it. I'll be posting it this weekend. I might post it yet today. But you guys are going to see this poster of the boat that we want. It is absolutely gorgeous, but it is a $250,000 boat. So it'll be a long time before we would ever get that boat. But that's visualizing. That's dreaming. I want that boat. That dream house. There's a little girl in Haiti that my daughter supports. And she wants to go meet her. She's got her little photo sitting up in her room. She pays for her to go to school every year. She's committed 7 years to pay $300 a year for her to go to school. My daughter sold headbands and, earned enough money to be able to support this girl for 7 years. She wants to go meet her. She lives in an orphanage. that we could go stay at that orphanage with them and visit her and get to know this little girl. So, that's something, it's not materialistic, but it's something that is in on our vision board as a family to go visit this little girl in Haiti. So, whatever it is, it's giving, visualize it, feel it. What's it going to feel like to give that family, an extra $1,000 to eat? What is that going to feel like? The beauty of our income plan is that we can go back to, okay, we'll get away from the visualizing and things like that. I think Miss Watkins might hit on law of attraction and things tomorrow, hopefully, because she is a firm believer in it also. But the beauty of our income plan, back to this chapter, is to go, we can go as wide as we want. Okay, we're not limited to how many we can recruit and work with at our top line, right? That's our front line. Mark Yarnell says the 3 magic words are go wide fast. Go wide fast. Okay, sometimes you hear people in network marketing say to recruit a few people, it only takes 3 people, and really build them. Yes, that works. That's great. You get runaway legs, but if you recruit as many frontline DTs, distributors each month as you can until you're earning at least $10,000 a month consistently, $10,000 a month consistently, I'm telling you, you work your butt off in frontline as many distributors a month as you can until you're earning at least $10,000 a month consistently. Then you can relax a little bit and take a tad break before going back out there and doing it all over again. Okay, you can have a tad break once you're making that money. If that's your goal, to be a 6-figure income earner, that's when you get to take a break. You be recruiting as many frontline distributors as you can. Otherwise, you are considered to be in that management trap if you're not bringing in frontline distributors. If you're producing the numbers it takes to succeed, you wouldn't have time to fall into the management trap. Right? Tools are being built all around you. We just discussed that. You have the tools. You just need to guide the others to these tools. These people you're bringing in, guide them to use these tools. Okay? This business is a business of duplication, and your people are going to do what you do. If you manage your downline, so will they. They'll manage their downline. If you spend most of your time prospecting, so will they. They will be prospecting. Okay? They're going to duplicate what you do. Success comes from a person with leadership skills and having that vision. Okay, having enthusiasm and willingness to recruit other leaders who love to travel, right? We all are in the travel business, or, recruiting other leaders that love building teams. All right, I'm a team builder. I love network marketing. And then simply just teach them to duplicate the process that we have with our company. You might have other leaders from other companies that join you. Just got to teach them the process of our company. Okay, supporting your teams. Supporting your team, your organization means being there for them when they call to ask for guidance. Okay, they might ask for some support or some verbiage or a 3-way call. That's our way to support them. That's the way that you need to be there for your team. Don't be offended when a new recruit finishes their training and they go to work without calling you every day. They're busy recruiting. They're just not calling you everything. They're bringing people in. Be joyous. It's okay. Let others be leaders. Let others, be independent. It's okay. There's some people who, some personalities like to have control. Let go of that. Okay? Let go of that because it will destroy you. You've got to let others be independent and let them be who they want to be. Coach P talked about on Tuesday night when I was in the prior company, my sponsor would not let me be a leader. I couldn't be the leader that I thought I could be. So I had a lot of doubt when I came over to this company, Coach Watkins, threw me out in front of the room to do a training. As soon as I hit 1-star director, I was like, what? I'm not, you're letting me be in front of the room? I went,
throw you out there, Cindy.
I went 4 years being told you can't have a team page, you can't be in front of the room training, and I thought I wasn't good enough. And you threw me out there long before, you believed in me way before I believed in myself. Even though I had the experience, I was never allowed to be a leader. So, don't make that mistake. That results in nearly 50% of the failures. He says, building your front line for the first few months and slowing down, stopping to manage your people. Okay, just a few things to recap it. It's simple. Build your front lines and teach them to duplicate that process. Be there for your downline and give moral support, coaching, assistance in their closing their prospects. Do that three-way call for them. Tell them, call me if you need me. Have them call you. You call me. And they will call you if they need you. And then I'm going to go ahead, and I already heard her. I know Coach Watkins is on with us. You guys know her. She wears that ruby ring, signifying that she makes $250,000 a year. She's well on her way to that diamond ring, is leading this organization with over 9,000 agents. So, Ms. Watkins, I would love for you to join me today to talk about this.
Cindy Bruggeman, I tell you, this training was phenomenal. And I just believe, there's so many good chapters in this book. Really, really good chapters. But this chapter is by far one of the most, I'm going to say MOST, important. Because this particular chapter, would you agree, Coach Bruggeman, that it will follow you for the rest of your career?
Absolutely. Yeah, it could make or break you.
In other chapters, you have other relevant topics. So the book is extremely relevant to everything we will experience. But when you look at, I'm looking through the ignoring the rejection rocket, depression torpedo, blocking false expectation tank, attacking the warm list warhead. These are really, really, really good topics. But for the most part, the management trap will always follow you, no matter what level you reach. And if you get in your mind, when I look at Orlando Moore, I'm going to say he's probably the best example, along with Mr. Bradley. But Orlando Moore, because he was a drill sergeant, has zero management trap tendencies. He's had to work on really being a little bit more empathetic. Empathy doesn't come natural to him, but he has been a 3-time MVP. He's now making over $750,000, annually. But when I look at the way that he runs his business, I have to say that people, even though they get spanked, they get, he gives it to them, raw sometimes. I think that most people walk away and say he cares.
Yes.
I think that most people will agree that General Moore cares, even though he doesn't sugarcoat it, he doesn't butter it up, he's not managing, he's not coddling. He just doesn't have those qualities, but he still will stop and do a 3-way call. So some people, when we say you don't have a team, what we're saying is if someone calls you for a 3-way, pick up the phone. What we're saying is if someone needs a Zoom party, do the Zoom party. If someone is involving you in income producing activity, that's great. That's called tap rooting. That's called building depth through your organization. That's called assisting. Management trap stuff is continual coaching sessions, right? Constant coaching sessions and constant venting sessions. And, we're constantly trying to figure out how to do the stuff that we've already talked about 50,000 times. That's not good use of anyone's time. When you can direct a person to, and this is what I do, Orlando Moore's PS3 video, or go to unit number X, Y, or Z that we have done on Road to Gold. I had a young lady today, Coach Bruggeman, she called me, for a 3-way call, and I didn't catch it, right at 12 noon. And I said, are you not on Road to Gold? And she said, no. And I said, we're doing this every day for your growth. And these are the same people that will say, I don't know how to, I need help. It's not, these are the same individuals who won't plug in, who then need you to sideline, teach them everything that's being taught on these. So that's what management is. Reteaching, rehashing, where we have sources, as you said, the tools. And so we've really got to learn as we grow in the industry, what is income producing and what is non-income producing activity. And if you feel like you slowed down, 9 times out of 10, you're in the management trap. Would you agree with that, Coach Bruggeman?
Absolutely. 100%. If you slow down, you're going to start using that time on non-income producing activities. Yes, you might see somebody else growing, but you could be growing along with them if you weren't there managing them. You could be growing with them because they're going to grow with or without you. If they're growing, they're going to grow with or without you. Why not grow with them? Or they're going to take around you.
Right. Why not? And here's the deal. Mr. Moore, I remember him having a conversation in a training. He said, no one will outwork me. Mm-hmm. He didn't say no one will outwork my team. He didn't say that. He said no one will outwork me. And I thought that was so powerful because I took it to heart. Wow. I mean, the speed of the leader is the speed of the team. It is true. And so tonight we have a VIP private meeting with our CEO, Mr. Donald Bradley, with the Beast Club members. We've gone ahead and extended it to all Beast Club 20. So everybody who hit that top 20 points by themselves and above are invited tonight. And you will get a private invitation to be on this. Mr. Bradley gave me a small window. He's like, I got time tonight. I'm like, we'll take it. Give it to us. We'll make it work. Everybody make it work, And the people who obviously can't, if something's going on, then, but no, it will not be recorded. It's just one of those things where we're not penalizing individuals who maybe the team isn't moving so fast, we're still rewarding what we want repeated, and that is individual activity. And I think that's really your final message, right?
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. Duplicating that process and, just teaching them and supporting. So...
Teach support. But again, I don't know if people understand what support is. And that's where we really got to start defining what is support. Because then they say, I'm supporting, and you're like, no, that is a trap. So I don't know, maybe it's a little ambiguous.
I guess supporting, doing that three-way call, being there for them, coaching them, teaching them what like we're doing. We're teaching you the basic fundamentals of this business. We're teaching you, and coaching you along through this watch, chat, travel. That's what we do. We just teach. We're not working, we're not piquing those interests for people for you. We're not telling you this is, let's sit down and make your list together. We're guiding you through those steps, but we're not doing it for you or sitting down right with you to make sure you do it. We're not babysitting. That's the management trap. If you are having to sit down and say, okay, let's do this. Let's meet at 1 o'clock today, and let's write your list together. That is not very good use of your time, because you got to do now what you're going to do when you have 100 people in your team, when you have 500 people in your team, 1,000 people in your team. And just think as you keep growing, Miss Watkins has 9,000. Imagine if she was trying to sit down with, all these people when she brings them in and you sit down, for an hour, let's write your list. There's no way that she would get any time to help coach us and create these other tools for us if she's doing that with every person that she brings in the business. So that is not supporting. Supporting is, yes, you are a phone call away if they need some verbiage, if they need a three-way call, some assistance, in closing those prospects. That's supporting your team.
That's supporting your team. I don't think you could have said it any better. I think we can end it right there, because that is what support is. And I remember years ago, my mentor said, Jay Pizzle. Because I was in the beginning stages. I didn't have that business maturity, okay? I was like, what? I was like having one of those moments. He said, Pizzle, the best way to motivate, and he was so cool with it. Everything was cool with him. Oh, my gosh, he never, ever got unglued. I just loved his emotional intelligence level. He'd say, Jay Pizzle, the best way to motivate your team is to go to the next level. Just go to the next level. And I would listen to that, and I go, you're right. he's so wise. Like, he's just so cool with it. And it's true. As soon as you promote, everyone's fired up. And what did you say today? You become the proof. Your example is the proof that it works. And so that's really what is the best thing. When you promote, everybody sees that it does work and what you're saying does work, and they'll get in line. So what are we going to say, Coach Bruggeman, as we open up the line today?
Let's say duplicate the process.
Yes. I love it. Duplicate the process.
All right, everybody have an amazing day. Thank you.